Yeah, I'm making this YouTube video called The Theory. Okay, I got a theory about, I put out that the rapture is going to happen on Passover, and I still believe that. But this is a theory that it might happen on the birth of Israel, okay, when Israel turns 73. I think when Israel turns 73, that really starts the prophetic clock, going forward. So, and Israel turns 73 on April 26th of 2020. All right. Now here is a real brief, and these are going to be, if my theory and assumption is correct, and the rapture happens on the 26th of April, which is in, I guess, a couple of maybe 12 to 15 hours from now at the time of this video, and the tribulation has a gap. Okay, I'm giving it a gap. Okay, and then I'm going to show you the judgments. I'm going to read off the judgments on when the vials are going to get poured out based on if the rapture takes place on April 26, 2020. And if it doesn't, I'll make another video adjusted for the second Passover, the beginning, the end of the second Passover, and the possible Feast of Trumpets. Feast of Trumpets, though, it's more of a judgment. And I'm going to do a study on the Feast of Trumpets. I don't see it as a Passover, but I don't know if when the rapture happens, the tribulation begins, or if there's a gap. So it's still plausible, only like a 50% plausibility. I'm only saying 50% that it can happen at Feast of Trumpets, because Feast of Trumpets is not Feast of Trumpets like everybody thinks. It's a Sabbath, okay? It doesn't. I'll explain Feast of Trumpets later on in the video. Right now I'm trying to go through, and I'm uploading this video just in case the rapture does happen. At least I want the information to be out there so other people can see what's going to happen to them when they're in the tribulation. Okay, so real quick, all right? And also I'm going to post all this information in my comment section, so watch the comment section of the video and you'll see my chart that I made, okay? Timeline, okay? Timeline chart. All right, anyway, I'm using the Jewish calendar, okay? The Jewish count is 360 days, not 365. If you use 365 day counts when you do your prophetic time count and try to study the Bible, you're going to get off by a year and a month. It throws your whole calculations off by a year and a month, okay? So the Gregorian calendar is man-made. The Jewish calendar, the Torah, what the Jewish calendar, what the Jewish people used back in biblical time was only 360 days. So what I did is I have to take the 360 days, I have to multiply it times the 80 years, okay, to get me the number of days, all right, which is 28,800 days. So then I got to take, that's 80 years. Because the fig tree generation, the talking about in the Bible where it talks about a fig tree generation, your strength and labor and sorrow can't be 80 years and we fly away. So that's why everybody's going to be using the 80-year time frame. So if you hear any other watchmen or any other born-again Christians talking about the fig tree generation, that's what they're talking about. When Israel became a nation, the prophetic clock started counting, okay, and it counted down. And Israel cannot go past 80, the 80 years cannot be completed before the rapture and the tribulation. All of it has to be done in that 80-year time frame. Okay? So you have to take out 7 years off the 80 years to give you the 7 years for the tribulation. Because everything has to be done according to all the studying I've done in the Bible and other Christians done, other watchmen have done. 80 years is it. It's over at 80 years. It can't go past 80 years. Prophetically in the Bible, it can't go past 80 years. So by 80 years, the tribulation should have already taken place. Yeshua should come back, and it should already be the millennium kingdom start reigning on the earth. Okay? At the 80 years. Alright? So you have to take 7 years for the tribulation. So I have to do the 360 days for a Jewish year times 7 years for the tribulation is 2,520 days, okay? But I have to subtract that number from the 28,800 to get the actual timing of when Israel turns 73. So Israel can't turn 74 because it would throw off the 80 year, because the 7 years has to be in the tribulation. So Israel can't hit the 74th birthday. Okay, it has to be in the 73 year. And the reason the rapture hasn't happened yet is because Israel technically isn't 73 years old yet. Okay, based on the Jewish count. Okay, they turn 73 April 26, 2020. Okay, is when he turns 73. It might even be 73 now in Israel time. This is Vegas time when I'm making the video. So they could be ahead of me. It could be already, they could just turn 73. So anyway, so if you do a date count, go on the computer, put in date counts, okay, and you start your date counts, okay, you want to go from May 14th, 1948, and if you put in, add 26,280 days, okay, that's 73 years, okay, it'll give you April 26, 2020. Y'all can verify it if you want, all right? But anyway, let me go on and get down to these real quick. All right? And what I did is, I took the 360 days, because everybody knows it's a 7-year tribulation. But you need to know the number of days that are in the 7-year tribulation. Okay? So we know that the number of days in a 7-year tribulation is 2,520 days. Alright? Well, we know there's 3 different judgments coming. You got the seals, trumpets, and vials. So that's 3. So I took the number of days and I divided it by 3, because that's in the 7-year time frame. Each one of those has to happen. The seals, the trumpets, and the vials. Alright? So when you do that, you get 840 days, which is 2.3 years. Alright? So it's 2.3 is for the seals, the 7 seals is 2.3 years, 10 days. And for the trumpets is 2.3 in 10 days. And for the vial is 2.3 years and 10 days. Okay? I'm going to show you the math, how I did it. I'll put it in the description box like I said. But I'm just going through this. This is give it a brief overview. Okay? Alright? Now, I'm starting, okay, all my counts are starting on the assumption that when Israel turns 73, the rapture happens. Okay? That's what my assumption is. Okay? I don't know. I'm probably wrong, but I'm just putting it. Only reason I'm putting the video out is because they turn 73 so quick. I just want to make sure I cover my information, so if I'm right and the rapture happens, at least the people will know what judgments are going to happen and on what day they're going to happen. Because I got it on what day each one of the seals or each one of the vials get poured out, based on the date count from beginning on April 26, 2020. And I gave it a gap, I think, of 120 days to start the count, because I think I'm assuming there might be a gap. Okay, there could be a gap in between it. All right, if there's no gap, then it throws all your counts off. That's why I'm telling you, you have to use the Jewish count for your calculations if you find yourself in a tribulation and you want to do a Bible study and find out when the vials are, when the seals are getting busted and all that, so you can track everything on what's going on. All right, but real quick, based on April 26, 2020, Israel turns 73, the rapture happens, hypothetically. Okay, that means August 24, 2020, the first seal gets broken. Okay? December 22nd, 2020, the second seal gets broken. April 21st of 2021, the third seal gets broken. Okay? August 19th, 2021, the fourth seal, which is death and hell. Okay? December 17th, 2021, the fifth seal, which is the soul slain. Okay? April 16th, 2022, the sixth seal. That's the earthquake, and 144,000 get sealed. Okay? The seventh seal, silence in heaven, that's on August 14th of 2022. Okay? Like I said, I'm going to put all this in the description box so you can see it. All right. Now on Monday, December 12th, 2022, the first trumpet sounds, which is hail, fire, blood, and 1/3 of the earth gets burnt. Okay? On April 11th of 2023, the second trumpet sounds, and the meteor hits the sea, and 1/3 of the sea becomes blood, and 1/3 of the sea creatures die, and 1/3 of the ships get destroyed. Okay? On Wednesday, August 9th, 2023, the third trumpet sounds, which is wormwood, and all the rivers and fountains become bitter. On Thursday, December 7th, 2023, the fourth trumpet sounds. 1/3 of the sun, moon, and stars are darkened. On Friday, April 5th, 2024, the fifth trumpet sounds. Bottomless pit is open and locusts come out. On August 3rd, 2024, the sixth trumpet sounds, and that's a 200 million man army, okay, and 1/3 of the 200 million man army gets killed. Or it's, it's the 200 million man army, 1/6 get killed. Only 1/3 survive. Okay? December 1st, 2024 is the seventh trumpet. The two witnesses die. Now I'm in the vials. On Monday, March 31st, 2025, the first vial gets poured out. That's the noisome and grievous sore on all those that took the mark of the beast. Okay? On Tuesday, July 29th, 2025, the second vial, the sea becomes blood. On Wednesday, November 26th, 2025, third vial, rivers and fountain become blood. So the second vial, the sea becomes blood. The third vial, the rivers and the fountains become blood. Okay? And that's in the third vial is going to happen on November 26, 2025. Okay? The fourth vial is going to happen on March 26, 2026. And that's going to be the sun's going to scorch men with fire, with great heat. Okay? And the fifth vial is going to happen on Friday, July 24th, 2026, which is darkness. The sixth vial is going to happen on Saturday, November 21st, 2026. Euphrates River dries up. And the seventh vial is going to happen on March 21st, 2027. That's 100-pound hailstones, mighty earthquake, and Babylon's remembered. Okay? These are just all, you know, and I'm going to do this with every video. Like if the rapture doesn't happen and I'm still here, I'm going to put another one out for Passover, the second Passover, for when if it happens on the 7th of May 7th, and if it happens on May 14th, because I can chart with date counts. You put a gap in between each one, like I explained in my other videos. Okay, that you put a gap in between each one of the 4 months, because there's 4-month gap in between each one that you have a judgment happens. Okay, you can put it in a date count calculator, and it gives you the exact date and what's going to happen. So you're not going to be called unaware, and you're going to know what's going to happen. Okay, so this is a real quick video. I'm going to, like I said, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Okay, I'm still thinking it's going to be Passover, and it's a slim possibility it could be Feast of Trumpets if the rapture happens and the tribulation begins at the same time, which I don't think it does. I think there's a gap in between it. Okay, but anyway, I'm going to go ahead and post this video. I'm going to put more information out. I'm working on it right now. I got to get all these dates gone, and then I can break it down even more and tell you when the witnesses come out, and I can tell you when the mark of the beast come out, and I can tell you when the, you know, I can get more in detail on it now that I have an actual date to work with. I can back count and I can put it in like when the woes pass and all that, and it gets more technical now that you have a reference point of a date count, okay? But the rapture probably isn't going to happen, today, okay, or tonight on April 26, 2020. I'm just saying for 100% fact, and you can verify this yourself, Israel does turn 73. So now you have 360 days, Jewish days, for the rapture and tribulation can happen, because the window is open. But what people need to understand is Yeshua comes on moeds, appointed times. He just ain't going to come whenever he wants to come. He has to come on a moed. He always comes on a moed. The moed I'm looking at is Passover. So there's only another next Passover that comes up is second Passover. Then the next moed is Feast of Trumpets, which everybody thinks is Feast of Trumpets is when the rapture is going to happen. But that's only the case if the rapture happens and the judgment begins right away. Okay, that's the only case. That's why I say it's 50-50. If there's a gap in it, it ain't going to be Feast of Trumpets. I mean, I'll do a study on Feast of Trumpets after I get all these dates done. That'll be the next video I do, possibly. And also, I'm going to cover the plagues of Egypt that we already experienced. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. I just wanted to put that out there. These are all hypotheticals. Okay, nothing etched in stone. But if the rapture happens on the 26th of April, within the next, for me, it's like another 4 hours. Okay, then the people can watch the video and know when the seal is going to start getting broken and when the vials and stuff, so at least they can prepare themselves. Okay, well, bye.